Perrin Huggins and Cody McFadden on the front row as we get ready to throw the green flag at the Monster Mile. Race 9 of ENEA at Dover is green. Perrin Huggins leads lap number 1. Justin Shoup on the inside of Michael Bennett. Those two get sorted out together. Further on back, Ryan Terrien, Lucas Reed, and now the 2.8 of Seth Whitworth have come to play. They're trying to get their speed underneath them while Perrin Huggins continues to dictate the pace. Racing Rick, Weckerly, Jake Baker, everybody's in the chat tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching round number 9 of ENEA's Cup Series. From the Dover Motor Speedway, I'm Rick James, here to bring you uninterrupted green flag coverage of all 170 laps of action. Jake Prince, your points leader, sitting right now in the 8th position to the inside of the 19 of Mike Bennett. Nuck in the chat cheering for Perrin Huggins, looking for him to get his 3rd win of the season. Huggins comes into this race sitting 2nd in the point standings. The number 4 Mobile 1 Ford has 278 points to the 283 of Jake Prince. Sean Anderson 3rd in points with 250 markers to his name. Then you've got Dakota Long with several penalties this season. That's put him down to 231. He's lost 28 points in total this season. Will the disciplinary slide continue for long? Last week at Talladega, he escaped incident. This week at Dover, looking to do the same. He's 5th so far behind the 11 of Mackenzie Roon. Pasoko went green last time around, 23:30. He completes lap number 6 with a time of 23:34. Bennett, Terrien, Tag, and Reed, the 4 drivers behind them, all went green individually. That'll tell you that the drivers are starting to pick up speed and get more comfortable with these race cars, but this race track lacking grip. The Dover Motor Speedway been concrete since the mid-90s. Even when it was asphalt, it was a difficult racetrack, but now the banking, the concrete configuration, everything now just a bit more tricky for these race car drivers. Dakota Long gets around Mackenzie Roon into 4th. Sean Anderson trying to chase down Cody McFadden while Perrin Huggins breaks out to a half-second lead. Long went green, 23.07 seconds for Dakota. Mackenzie Roon in the chat, 5th right now with Justin Shoup behind him. Let's go on board with Shoup. He tries to chase down Roon for 5th. You heard Mackenzie Roon make contact with the outside wall there. Roon up into the 6th position while Jake Prince, the points leader, is in 7th. 1.7 seconds the gap between them. Pasoko, Terrien, briefly switching spots. Got a big blink out of Ryan Pasoko in the 2. Terrien in the 6 stays stable. Further on back, Ryan Lindemann, who ended up getting literally caught into the fence behind Nitro Nick Simpson in that 4-6 car. 5-7 chasing down Simpson in the 4-6. Lindemann in the 5-7 goes to the inside of Nick Simpson. That's the move for the 14th position. Shout out to Davey in the YouTube chat. Sean Anderson all over the back end of Cody McFadden. Anderson in the 13 just trying to find some sort of grip. You're going to see drivers fishtail or tail whip out of these corners. It's going to be something impressive as well because they're going to lose grip on these tires. They're going to come high out of these corners. They're not going to know what to do with themselves. And if this race goes green, it could be a question of just who is most patient with their race car. Anderson to the inside of Cody McFadden, this for second. And the number 13, High Point Ford, gets the silver medal. Slot contact already. The 8, the 6-4 into the wall. Dakota Long in trouble early. Yellow flag is out. 16 laps into this race. Long and the 13 of Sean Anderson involved. Let's go back and have a look. Long coming up out of turn number 2, gets into the back end of Cody McFadden. Upsets the 6-4. Let's have a look here. Look at all those drivers trying to avoid that as well. Not really sure what happened there. Let's see if we can get a look from the blimp. Maybe that'll tell us what happened. Yeah, the 8 car just moves from the first lane onto the second lane, gets into the 6-4. Let's go on board with Cody McFadden. You don't hear the 6-4 decelerate. Have another listen. See if you can hear Cody McFadden. Matter of fact, let's also watch the revs. Let's see if we can see Cody McFadden decelerate out of turn number 2. Nope, good acceleration there. So, in that case, let's see what happened with, the 8 car of Dakota Long. And they've already crashed by this point. This is a lap prior, too. We're well behind. Let's see if we can get a better look with Dakota Long. And Long misjudging that there. Have another listen. From any angle, you can see exactly what happens there. Cody McFadden just gets turned around, ready to restart this one with Seth Whitworth Jake Baker and Paul Weckerly in the top 3 positions, who decided not to pit. Green flag is out at Dover. Multiple drivers coming down pit road. Only 3 decided to stay out. Perrin Huggins on the inside of Seth Whitworth. He wants the lead, and he will take the lead. Perrin Huggins to the point. Justin Shoup also pitted. He's in that silver medal position. Mackenzie Roon now gets around Seth Whitworth. Here comes Jake Prince in the 9. Anderson on his outside. Ryan Terrien in the 6. Low line into turn number 3. Dakota Long, the instigator of that most recent caution, now sitting ahead of Mike Bennett in the 1-9. The 3 of Lucas Reed, top side. Terrien in the 6, now on the inside of Jake Baker in that multicolored 1-7. Look at Terrien really riding the low side. Long trying to make it 3 wide, only on lap 22 of this race. Aggressive early. Terrien gets loose out of turn number 4. It looks like that's going to put Long into the 8th position. Jake Baker in 7th. Sean Anderson in that 6th position. The 6-4 of Cody McFadden sitting stone dead last in 19th. There's Jeff Rudick in the 7-4, battling with Paul Weckerly, who restarted in 3rd on lap 19. Weckerly on lap 25 finds himself in 18th position, 2nd to last. Huggins leading by almost 0.7 of a second. Shoup in 2nd, Roon in 3rd. It goes Ford, Chevy, Toyota, top 3. Big blink from Seth Whitworth in the 2-8. Sean Anderson following. Let's go on board with the 13 car. Whitworth, the slower car, forcing Anderson high in that 1-3 car. Anderson finally gets around Whitworth, and here comes Dakota Long in the 8 with Jake Baker on his outside. Really, really tight, confined spaces as they circulate around the Dover Motor Speedway. It's been here since the 60s. It's got a lot of history, and for those that know, it used to be a horse track, and I don't know if they still do horse races here. Maybe someone in the chat knows and they can let me know. But they definitely did used to do horse racing here. And the caution is out for the 2nd time tonight. Let's see who's been involved with this one. Possibly Lindemann, not Lucas Reed. Can't see where there's any smoke or trouble. Cars are slow by this point. It may have been the 19 of Bennett. Let's see. It is Michael Bennett loose out of that 4th corner. Let's see what happened to the 1-9. Contact with the 1-7 of Jake Baker. Lucas Reed has the last word with that one. Holy crap. Marshmallow is in the chat. The Season 2 Thursday Night Thunder champion in the house. What's going on, Marsh? It has been a while. This is where the caution started. Take a look at the 19 of Mike Bennett. He's on the inside of Jake Baker in the 1-7. They're going to collide out of turn number 4. Oh, the 1-7 looks like he just got loose off the corner. Nowhere for the 19 of Bennett to go. Let's ride on board with the 1-7. Now with Mike Bennett. And so the second caution will come out before the first 30 laps of the race. So everybody except the top 9 will come down pit road. Nitro Nick Simpson in that 9th position. Jake Prince decided not to pit. He last pitted on lap 17, so he will restart this race on the front. And then look who's on his outside. Racing Rick's kid, Justin Shoup, in the opposite colored number 91. Ready to go, ready to restart. We'll have 139 laps remaining when we take the green flag. If you've just tuned in, you have not missed a thing. Shout out once again, Marshmallow in the Twitch chat. You're the legend. And let me tell you about Legend. I might have this on the YouTube channel archives, but this kid comes into Thursday Night Thunder Season 2, just demolishes the competition, never saw him again. More than just a one-hit wonder, but definitely someone that we talk about a lot in TNT. Good to see you again, Marsh. This green flag is for you, buddy. Restart on lap 31. Jake Prince gets us started. Dakota Long in the 3rd position, all over the back end of Justin Shoup coming into the corner. Shoup making plenty of room for the 8 car that goes up the inside off that 2nd corner. Driver still side by side, trying to wrestle hard into that 3rd corner. Mackenzie Roon watching all of this from the 4th position, trying to get some sort of advantage as it's Brian Tagg now behind him in the 99 and 5th. Tagg in 5th with Pasoko behind him in that number 2. And then Perrin Huggins, who's led the most laps so far, in the 7th position. Ryan Lindemann sitting ahead of Nick Simpson and Luke Reed, rounding out the top 10 with French driver Paul Terrien behind him, and then Paul Weckerly behind the 6'4 of Cody McFadden, who brought out the first caution. Then it was the 19 of Mike Bennett, who's sitting in the 19th position, and then Jake Baker, who's one spot ahead in the 18th position. They brought out the most recent yellow. Shoup on the outside. Mackenzie Roon will put his Toyota Camry into the 3rd position. Shoup will make contact with the wall. Brian Tagg now to the inside, and the double 9 will look for the position on car 91. Shoup just making way for all sorts of competition on the left-hand side. Here comes Perrin Huggins in car number 4. Nick Simpson in car 46 has worked his way into the 8th position. There's Simpson in the 46, Huggins in the 4 car, all over the back end of the number 2 Werther's Original Chevrolet. Ryan Pasoko in the Caramel Candy Camaro to the inside of Justin Shoup in the 91. Caution is out once again. Looks like we've had another car go around. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Can't see who went around this time. No rush, Marsh. No rush. Do you. You're still a legend until you're not, buddy. Let's see what came out and what brought the third yellow flag of the evening. Can't see any smoke up ahead. Possibly Bennett in the 19 again. Let's have a look. Nope, definitely Jake Baker in the 17. He's slow. He must have just gotten loose out of turn number 4 again and made some heavy contact. Let's see if we can find out just exactly what happened to Jake. This is most likely the lap prior. Heavy contact with Rudick in the 74. He comes right off the corner. See what happened here with Jeff Rudick. Jake Baker just shoots up off the bottom of the corner. That's really weird. Have another look with Baker here. Baker in the 1-7, low side. I just can't tell if the 7-4 came off the wall or what. Oh, by this point, the caution's already come out. They've made significant contact. Let's see if we can just get a closer look because, again, they just came together in a really odd fashion. This time, let's go to the cockpit and watch Baker's hands. Hard to see at that point, but you can see Jeff Rudick just comes off the corner. One more look from the sky. It looks like Rudick in the gray 7-4 will come off the corner really aggressively, and I think Baker's going to come up the corner really aggressively. Yeah. Baker's going up, Rudick's going down. They come together. Rudick will be fine, but Baker gets the worst of it, so it's going to be Brian Tagg and Ryan Pasoko now at the front of the field. We're going to restart here on lap 42 of 170. So we'll have 29? 139? No idea. I can't do math. Someone do the math for me, but I think it's going to be 129 laps to go when we restart this race. Drivers only get 3 tire changes in these 170 laps. We'll see just how far they get this time around. Tag in the 99, Pasoko in the 2. Getting ready to restart on lap 42. Brian Tagg will lead his first laps of the day. Pasoko on the outside will try and stay strong. Nitro Nick in third. Green flag is out. Shout out King on YouTube following. Shout out Racing Rick in the chat as well. How about Brian Tagg leading the first lap after restart? Pasoko in second. Sean Anderson now on the inside in that 13 High Point Ford. Jake Prince trying to fill in the space behind him, gets right ahead of Nick Simpson, and now Ryan Terrian to the inside. Mackenzie Roon in the 11 car, slots down ahead of Justin Shoup. Tag. Look at Nick Simpson, really loose out of the corner here, almost 3 wide into the corner. Terrian again really using the extreme low side, trying to get one on Shoup. Terrian really back into the racing line. Terrian gets loose, tries to hold on to it. He keeps it pointing in the right direction there. Roon now on the inside of Simpson. He's going to come up off the track. He opens the door for Justin Shoup on the inside of Nick Simpson as well. High out of that 4th corner, drivers being really aggressive early on. Shoup down to the inside in car number 1. Dakota Long now comes to the left-hand side of car 46. Shoup still in the middle, now looking to get to the inside of Mackenzie Roon through the corner. High out of turn number 4, Justin Shoup has made contact with the wall before, trying not to give up too much space. Dakota Long following him through the middle line. Mackenzie Roon in car 11, trying to hold on to his position in the top 5. Werther's original number 2 of Brian Pasoko now chasing down Brian Tagg in the double 9. It goes Roon, Shoup, Long, 5, 6, and 7. Perrin Huggins now in that number 4. Chasing down these cars as Mackenzie Roon almost makes contact. Shoup has to hit the brakes to avoid getting loose out of turn number 2. Perrin Huggins moves into the 7th position. Ryan Pasoko in that 2, now watching Mackenzie Roon open up the left-hand side. Points leader Jake Prince chasing down Sean Anderson, whose tires are 9 laps older than the rest of the competition, but Anderson 1.5 seconds out front. Let's go on board with the 13. Anderson, Prince, Roon, your top 3. Ford, Chevy, Toyota. Dakota Long in the 4th position, now behind the Dorchester Camry. Huggins sitting in 5th, watching Long make his way into that 4th spot. And now 3rd, he gets around Roon, Jake Prince in 2nd. Longest green flag run of the race so far. The 9 car watching Dakota Long try the top side, but will the tires last on car number 8? Long trying not to hit the wall. Prince trying to keep the speed on the low side of the racetrack. Long just too much for him on the high side, really using the speed through the middle, and Dakota Long single-handedly making his way into the 2nd position. Mackenzie Roon's not done on Perrin Huggins, however, the Mobile 1 number 4. Now ahead of car 11, and Justin Shoup, his dad Racing Rick in the chat, telling him to race the cars, not the track. I'm sorry, I'm saying it backwards. He's telling him to race the track, not the pack. That's my mistake. How about Ryan Lindemann, who's up 12 places from where he started? Lindo into the 7th position in his Coors Light machine. Reed and Pasoko going at it. Reed in 10th. Pasoko sitting in 2nd. Perrin Huggins all over the back end of Jake Prince while Dakota Long breaks away from car number 9. 1 second. Now the gap between first and second place. Is Anderson looking over his shoulder? Taking a look at the last 5 laps. There you can see that last time around, Long was quicker than Anderson. That last time around, Long was just about quicker than everybody except Perrin Huggins is starting to reel in Dakota Long. Still very early. Haven't even hit halfway yet. We're going to see who's got the patience. We're going to see who's got the stuff. And who's going to make it to the end. Brian Tagg making way for Lucas Reed in car number 3, while Ryan Pisoko in the 2 machine now fills in the space behind them. Anderson still out front, 7/10 the gap between him and Long. 1 second now the gap between Long and Huggins. Shoup behind Jake Prince. The 2 Coors Banquet cars nose to tail running 4th and 5th as Mackenzie Roon now sneaks in behind them. Seth Whitworth to the inside of Nick Simpson trying to snake down that front stretch to hold off the 2-8 Dynaco car. Nicky Simpson opens up the bottom lane. Simpson has to put on the binders to not slam the wall out of turn number 2. Here comes Mike Bennett for the 12th position. Simpson all over the place, struggling to get his race car back together. Still racing for the memory of BK and trying to do a bit better than 13th at the moment. Nitro Nick watching Mike Bennett take over the 12th spot. And now Cody McFadden, who was involved in that first caution, starting to fill in the space behind Nick Simpson. Huggins in 3rd, Prince in 4th, Shoup just behind him, while the gap for first has shrunk to 0.3 of a second. Sean Anderson overtaking Paul Weckerly to put him a lap down, while Dakota Long starts to creep in. "15 laps to halfway. Mike Bennett now to the inside. To the outside of Cody McFadden. The 6'4 of McFadden starting in the top 5 today. And now Cody working his way up into the top 12 positions. McFadden watching the 19 of Bennett just slowly start to fall behind him, and Nick Simpson looking to make up that gap. Nitro Nick in the 4-6 car, 1 second behind Bennett, while Sean Anderson continues to lead Dakota Long by 0.3 of a second. Anderson hasn't pitted since lap 29. Dakota Long and the rest of the top 8 pitting on lap 38. Ryan Terrien just leaving the pits. Possibly fresh tires for him. We'll see just how far he goes. TrackFacts predicting drivers will be able to go roughly 55 to 65 laps on one green flag stint, with a lot of these guys pitting on lap 38. Well, we just might see how far they decide to get. Again, they only have 3 tire changes in this race. They must use them wisely. Roon all over the back end of Justin Shoup. Here's the battle for 5th. Roon to the inside. Shoup trying to hold him off. And the Dorchester Camry gets into that 5th spot. Justin Shoup now down to 6th. Still up 2 places from where he started. Dakota Long is against the wall. We keep it green. Dakota Long hits the wall. Mackenzie Roon in the 4th position. Jake Prince sitting in 3rd. Perrin Huggins in 2nd. Sean Anderson retains the lead. Huge error by the 3rd place driver in points. What just happened? Coming out of turn number 4. No, this is the lap prior. Let's see if we can see what happened on lap 70. Long, loose out of the corner, tries to save it. Does no good. He's going to smack the wall, and it's going to cost him dearly right before pit stop cycles. Sean Anderson, Perrin Huggins, Jake Prince, your top 3. Mackenzie Roon in that 4th position, while Justin Shoup sits in 5th. Dakota Long now back up on that horse. Last time around, 24.34 seconds. Justin Shoup, 24.35. Despite hitting the wall, he's still resilient, he's still fast, still chasing down Shoup in the top 5. Brian Tagg, Ryan Pasoko decide to come into pit road with just under 100 laps to go. Sean Anderson in the 13 car leading Perrin Huggins by 0.3 of a second, while Paul Weckerly will make way for Anderson. Force Huggins to go to the inside. 2 Fords and a Chevy on the podium positions. Huggins opening up the inside for Sean Anderson, who will be able to cut off the move. The 7-4 of Jeff Rudick wisely and kindly gets out of the way of this race for the lead. Anderson in the 13, Huggins in the 4. Points leader Jacob Prince wants to play 2. Huggins to the lead. And he's going to open the door for Jake Prince in that number 9. He now moves into the 2nd position. Prince in the Coors machine has not pitted since lap 38, just like Perrin Huggins. Sean Anderson last pitting on lap 29, but Jake Prince has not been making aggressive moves. Perhaps the tires are holding on for car number 9 better than anyone else, and now is his time. Huggins moves to the top side. Prince opens up that bottom line, and he just can't quite get there, but he does not put the bumper to car number 4. Prince taking it nice and easy down that inside line. Jake Prince will move to the lead, but will he stay there? He clears Huggins. New leader, car 9, Jake Prince. Albeit a bit squirrely out of turn 4. Prince to the top. Jake Prince continues to lead. Perrin Huggins in the 4 has a small gap on Sean Anderson in car 13. Mackenzie Roon in car 11 now starting to fill in that space. 1 second on the nose between them. And look who just went green. Brian Tagg in car 99 puts up a personal best of 23.24 seconds at Dover. Coming into this race, the Millbury native looking to gain just a few more spots in the standings. He comes into this race 6th in the point standings, just 14 points behind one Cody McFadden. He runs in 9th. McFadden sits 5th in the standings. 2:14 to Dakota Long's 2:31. Long finds himself 19 points off of Sean Anderson in car 13. Only round number 9. Still plenty of races to go before we hit the playoff mark. It's been an interesting season so far. I'm just excited to see where the points go from here. We've got a fight for the lead. Jake Prince now on the outside. Perrin Huggins on the inside. He's gotten loose in car number 4, and the Mobile 1 car just can't put the move on car number 9. Prince stays out front 83 laps into this race. Next week, the circus goes to Kansas. Perrin Huggins looking to get one more win. Jacob Prince in car number 9, 4 wins this season. Perrin Huggins has 2 to his name. Huggins looking to complete his hat trick, although Prince beat him to it. Jake Prince looking to lead at the halfway mark. 9-4. 1-3, your top 3. Will they drag race to the line? Jake Prince with the advantage. Perrin Huggins won't get there. Prince leads at halfway, up 10 places from where he started. Perrin Huggins, your pole sitter, in the 4. Now wants to find the space beneath car number 9. They're drag racing down the back straight. Again, drivers not pitting since lap 38. About 49 laps since they last pitted. How about Ryan Pasoko? He pitted on lap 73 last time around. Car number 2, 23.76 seconds. New leader, Perrin Huggins, 24.64. Almost 1 full second the difference between first and Pasoko in 16th. Maybe tires are the move. Who knows? Jacob Prince starting to show just a little bit of wear on those Goodyears. He gives it a big whip out of turn number 4. Huggins starting to pull away. Perhaps Perrin saving his rubber for this point in the race. Ryan Lindemann in the 5-7, 3 seconds behind Cody McFadden, who's got Lucas Reed right on his nose. McFadden to the inside. Reed tries to defend. McFadden's going to put 2 tires on the apron. He makes a big mistake by overdriving it. Reed can't capitalize as McFadden realizes the error of his ways. Blocks off the number 3 rain car, who taps the safer barrier coming into the first corner. Cody McFadden retains 7th place. Rudick goes green. 23.52, a personal best. King Crane in the chat saying 46 way back. Nitro Nicky Simpson running in 14th. He's 6.7 seconds behind Ryan Terrien. Anderson is in. Baker is in. Now we're seeing some of the leaders, some of the main drivers in this race start to come in and succumb to the tire wear. Perrin Huggins decided he's still going to stay out. Justin Shoup on the way in. He's got to be careful not to make any mistakes on the way into pit road, coming in at an extreme rate of speed. Dakota Long into 3rd. Looks like he's just made contact with the outside wall again. Mackenzie Roon in 2nd. 1 1/4 seconds behind Perrin Huggins, who decides it's his turn to come down pit road. Rune trying to come in under 60 miles an hour. It looks like he accomplishes that. So now Dakota Long reassumes the lead, moving at 150 plus. He also has not pitted since lap 38. 93 laps into this race, Long possibly gambling on a caution. He made a costly error, slamming that inside wall out of turn number 4. He will continue to stay out. Continue to circulate around the racetrack. Cody McFadden, last pitted on lap 40. Last time around, McFadden just a bit quicker than Long. This time around, Long 24.85, McFadden 24.72, starting to reel in Long in the 8, but again, he still has to pit. Lucas Reed also has not pit. Cody Johnson has not pit. Definitely on the caution gambling strategy now. McFadden's in. The 6-4 decides it's his time to come in. Lucas Reed to the second spot. Dakota Long still leads and won't come down pit road. Nope, now he decides to slow down. Coming into pit road. Attacks pit road beautifully. That's going to be Long's bread and butter. He's got to make up the time he cost himself out of turn number 4. And the way he attacks pit road when he's by himself, gorgeous move, genius move. Reed to the lead on lap 96. Cody Johnson now in second. Brian Tagg, who pitted on lap 72, looking to overtake Dakota Long, who now comes to a halt. And there's Tagg coming out of the 4th corner. Ryan Lindemann behind him, but Lindemann running in 13th. I believe Lindo finds himself 2 laps off the lead. Lucas Reed leading this race. He decides he's going to come in. The 3 cars on his way in. And he makes it under 60 miles an hour. How about Cody Johnson, who will also do the same in the 08 car? Makes it just in under 60 miles an hour. Brian Tagg in the 7-2 car finds himself quite in the 9-9 car. What am I thinking? 7-2. He last pitted on lap 72. So Brian Tagg will reassume the lead in that 9-9. But on the back foot as he started the green flag pit stop cycles. And just behind him, pitting 17 laps after he did, Sean Anderson in the 13 car, who pitted on lap 89. Now Sean doesn't need to rush the process. He just needs to be smooth and apply the pressure to Brian Tagg. Sean Anderson's tires are 17 laps more fresh than Tagg's. Huggins' tires 3 laps more fresh than Anderson. Lindemann goes green, 23.17 seconds. Anderson to the lead. Brian Tagg will make way. Perrin Huggins, 0.3 of a second behind Sean Anderson. Now again, no need for Huggins to rush this one, but it looks like he's really going to try and take the lead from Anderson now. Sean Anderson now to the inside of Paul Weckerly again, who makes contact with that outside wall. Almost gets into the race leaders. Perrin Huggins now looking to the inside of Sean Anderson. This will finally be the move for Huggins. Gets to the left-hand side. Perrin Huggins to the lead on lap 102. 68 laps to go this time. French driver Ryan Terrien all over the back end of Cody McFadden. Ryan Pasoko finds himself in 15th, 2 laps down, and he will force the 6-4 of McFadden to go around the outside. Dakota Long 9 seconds behind Justin Shoup as Lucas Reed goes green, 23 1/4 seconds for car number 3. Anderson only half a second behind Huggins, while Mackenzie Roon is 3 seconds behind him. And there's the gap. Perrin Huggins just putting a clinic on right now, but when will the tires give way? How hard is he going to go just to get this gap, and then will he be able to make it back up? Brian Tagg has decided he's going to come down pit road. He may be looking to stretch his tires all the way to the end from here. He has 65 laps to go. Track facts say he might be able to go that long, but we're certainly going to see. Perrin Huggins, 4/10 ahead of Sean Anderson. Dakota Long now within 3/10 of a second to Cody McFadden. Andrew Sauer checking in for the 46 fan club. Good to see you, Andrew. Last week was a blast. If you missed last week's broadcast, we were just goofing around with Andrew Sauer and all the fans of Nick Simpson. It was a good time. Check it out. Ryan Terrian decides he's going to come in. Perrin Huggins, half a second ahead of Sean Anderson, really trying to stretch the gap. Cody McFadden 10 seconds behind Justin Shoup, who's on an island by himself, the 91 car, running in the 4th spot. Mackenzie Roon sitting in 11th, with Shoup slowly closing in. There's the gap over the last 5 laps. Last time by, Justin Shoup 3/10 quicker than Mackenzie Roon. Shoup has crashed. Justin Shoup has crashed. The number 91 car has gone and done it. Huge wreck for the 91. Comes down on the inside there. And Justin Shoup is in big trouble. He's going to try and limp down to pit road. Let's see what happened to Shoup in the 91. At this point, Shoup is already wrecked. See if this has anything to do with Ryan Terrian also having. Yup, nothing Justin Shoup could do. Ryan Terrian comes out onto the pits, spins his race car. Oh, he just gets into the grass, turns the car back onto the racetrack. Nothing Justin Shoup could do. Have a listen. Terrian gets too excited, and there's nothing Justin Shoup can do. Shoup tried, but by the time he realized it, it was just too late. Have another look. So Shoop's going to get his race car repaired. That's going to put Mackenzie Roon at the front of this race in car number 11. We're inside the final 60 laps of racing from the Dover Motor Speedway. Lights are still on atop the pace truck. So with Mackenzie Roon leading, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back for more green flag racing from Dover. Don't go anywhere. Green flag is out with Mackenzie Roon leading the field to the line. Let's go racing at Dover. Fans in the chat saying lots of pressure on Nick Simpson now, who's racing in the memory of BK Bruce Kramer, who died last week but came back to life now just to be in this chat and make fun of his friend Nick Simpson, who's doing a terrible job in that 46. Can't even get in the top 10. Get good, Nick. Brian Tagg in the double 9 is in the top 10 and much better than Nick Simpson, all over the back end of the 6'4 of Cody McFadden. McFadden sitting in that 4th position right now, while Dakota Long is in 3rd, trying to hunt down Mackenzie Roon in the 11. Perrin Huggins leading in car number 4. Roon did not pit. He last pitted on lap 92. Dakota Long, Perrin Huggins last pitted on lap 111. And if they did indeed get a set of tires, they're going to have to run it all the way to the end. Dakota Long with a pit time of 49.77 seconds. Must have gotten tires and then probably repaired some of that damage. So Long trying to make sure he's good to go to the end. And look who's got some life in them yet. Nitro Nicky Simpson goes green, 23.04 seconds. His personal best. Brian Tagg goes 23.07, his personal best. Huggins leads. Roon is in 2nd. Long sits in 3rd. Roon tries to stay off the wall. Long opens up the bottom line. The Lenovo Chevrolet now to the inside. Long in 2nd. And now chasing down his friend Perrin Huggins while it's a drag race for 3rd. Long making the run for 1st. Huggins leading. Roon tries to bounce off that turn 4 wall. Does so successfully with the Werther's Original Chevrolet behind him. And every time I see Werther's Original, the only thing I think now is Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear telling James May, James, you are so old, you think Werther's Originals are infantile. And the infantile Werther's Original car scraping off of the safer barrier in turn number 4. At least that's what it looked like. Huggins watching Long close in for the lead. And Huggins, you can hear him just cutting off the engine, trying to save fuel. Is Long doing the same? Long is doing the same. You can see those revs going all the way to the end, possibly trying to save fuel, but will the tires last? Long not cutting the engine this time around. Same with Huggins. Have another listen into turn 1. Long possibly making an error there. Let's see what happened that allowed Pisoko to get around Dakota Long. This is out of the second corner the lap prior. Not sure what happened there. Long possibly just a little lapse in judgment. He's still running in that second position, albeit behind lapped traffic. Long possibly trying to save his tires. Mackenzie Roon half a second behind Long. I think it's going to be 45 laps to go this time by. Cody Johnson, the first car, a lap down, and, well, the only car a lap down. So if a caution comes out, Cody does get his lap back, thanks to the lucky dog, and he'll be on the same lap as the leaders. Seth Whitworth, the last car on the lead lap. Jake Prince in the number 9 car, the points leader, with disastrous damage on the front end of that Coors Chevrolet. Not sure what happened there. While the other Coors car, Justin Shoup, got wrecked in that last caution, still trying to have his car fixed. Prince, on the other hand, finds himself in 18th, 21 laps off the pace. We missed the part where he crashed. Can't really see what happened to him, but he must have just fallen off the racetrack. Huggins leads. Long is in the second position, almost 2 seconds between them. Mackenzie Roon running in third, biding his time behind Nick Simpson in the 4-6. Off of that fourth corner, Nicky Simpson, just not a match. They make contact out of turn number 4. Roon in the 11, 46. As Jesse Buck asks in the chat, has the 46 crashed and burned yet? Immediately after he makes contact with the 11 of Mackenzie Roon. All right, let's go back to the replay and find out why this is Nick Simpson's fault. And by this time, they've already crashed. I'm just screwing around. Let's see what actually happened here. Now we're gonna have to back this one up here, just to see what happened between these two. Oh, Nicky just loose out of turn number 4. And Mackenzie Roon has to pay the price. Have another look here. On board with the instigator in this latest caution, Nick Simpson. And Nitro Nick goes way too nitro into the 11 of Mackenzie Rune, who will get his race car repaired. So now Lucas Reed will be scored as the race leader for some inexplicable reason. Perrin Huggins now behind him. Well, Lucas Reed hasn't pitted since lap 97, so he'll choose not to pit and stay out front. So now this gets interesting. We've got 39 laps to go. We don't know who has a set of tires and who doesn't, but we'll see who comes down pit road. We're going to let them sort themselves out. Andrew Sauer talking about the 46, Nitro Nick, being rattled because Bruce Kramer came back from the dead this week. And Jesse saying that Nitro Nicky must have been reaching for his glass of Pinot. Me personally, I'm not a fan of Pinot. I like the sparkling wines. I'll take Rosé all day. Prosecco's nice too, but not a Pinot guy. Maybe if Nick Simpson switches from Pinot to Prosecco. Hell, even maybe Merlot. He might be fine there. Perrin Huggins leading this race. Cody McFadden in the second position. We're going to take another 2-minute break and be back for more racing from Dover. So it's going to be 36 laps to go. Perrin Huggins to the inside of Cody McFadden. Green flag will come out. Almost everybody coming down under that last caution. Let's do this. Green flag at Dover. And a big mess of cars back here. Dakota Long sitting in third, now trying to chase down Ryan Lindemann for the second position. These two are going to race out of turn number 4. Long to the outside as Lindemann gets loose and he slams his car on the inside wall. Huggins leads. Long is in second. Cody McFadden is in third, and Sean Anderson now comes to the inside of car 64. Lindemann with the same error that Long did to himself earlier in this race. Long coming back from that to be in that second spot right now. Sean Anderson sitting in 13th, all over the back end of Cody McFadden. He opens up that bottom line as the 3 of Lucas Reed struggles to not wiggle down the front straight. Long and McFadden sitting second and third, while Perrin Huggins gets out to a 9/10 of a second lead. Huggins looking to go for his third win this season. McFadden will not let Long go. He's holding on. Lindemann comes down pit road to get that damage repaired. Cody Johnson goes green, 23 1/10. Long trying the outside. Sean Anderson opens up the inside line to Cody McFadden, and now Anderson will go for the bronze medal spot while Long pulls away in second. McFadden and Anderson side by side. Will they make contact? Pisoko wants a piece too. He sits in 12th, 6 laps off the pace. Nitro Nick running in 10th, about to overtake. No, he's already overtaken Ryan Lindemann. Jake Baker now pulling away from the 46 car. Caution is out again. Luke Reed and Sean Anderson have crashed, and this time it's a big one. Oh, the 6-4 of Cody McFadden and the 13 of Sean Anderson. Have another look with Sean. Not even sure who you can blame then. Oh, just looks like the 13 just comes off the high side way too aggressively. Have another look with Sean. Might have gotten loose off of turn number 4 as well, and nothing that Cody McFadden could have done. Pisoko doesn't flinch. How about Ryan Pisoko dodging that accident? See if we can have a quick look with him. Right on board with the 2. Excellent moves by Ryan Pisoko, and it's those kinds of moves that earn him his very own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream!
Perrin Huggins continues to lead. Dakota Long will be on his outside. Cody Johnson will restart in 3rd. Cody McFadden and Sean Anderson pitting on lap 140. Lights are still on the pace truck, so we're going to let these cars do their thing. We're going to try and do ours here. Huggins leads, Long in 2nd. Cody Johnson sitting in 3rd. Let's see if we can bother Perrins real quick. Perrin Huggins, Rick James up top. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Rick.
You're leading right now with Dakota Long giving you a couple bumps to the back end here. We're going to restart with just over 25 laps to go. Do you have the car to win?
I do for sure, but I'm real tight on gas. I'm not sure if I can make it on fuel, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens in the fuel game. Dakota Long, is he in the same boat as well? You both pitted on lap 130.
Yep. We're both real tight right now and saving hardcore. So oh my God, I'm nervous, man. I hope I can win this.
It's been a great race so far. You're just 1 win short of the hat trick. If it comes down to a last lap, well, not a last lap restart, but if it comes down to the last 15 laps or something, do you come down for fuel?
No, I do not plan to pit the whole rest of the race, Rick. I ain't pitting.
All right, buddy. Best of luck. We'll see what happens 25 laps from now. Good luck.
Yep, thank you, buddy.
Huggins will lead. Long will be on his outside. Perrin Huggins will definitely lead the most laps today, but will it be enough to get the victory? Dakota Long has been itching to get to that top spot for quite a while now. Crashed coming off of turn number 4, but he's recovered and he's in the medal positions. Huggins looking to defend. He will have control of the field when they come to the line. It'll be 27 laps to go when they get the flag. Waiting for that all-important signal. Green flag is out. There goes Simpson. Simpson's gone around in turn number 3. Nick Simpson makes heavy contact with the wall. Paul Weckerly will avoid him. We stay green. Perrin Huggins in the 4 leads. Dakota Long in that 2nd position. Cody Johnson sitting in 3rd. What just happened to Nick Simpson? Looks like Sean Anderson decided to get a little extracurricular with Simpson's back end, and he does. Have another look. Back to live pictures. Perrin Huggins in front. Dakota Long is in the 2nd position. Cody Johnson sits in 3rd. We stayed caution free after that incident. 23 laps to go. Huggins, Long, Johnson, Ford, Chevy, your top 3. Lucas Reed sitting in 4th. Cody McFadden rocking the 5th spot as he decides to make contact with the wall. Cody Johnson in the 08 up 15 places from where he started. Lucas Reed up 8 places from where he started. Cody McFadden still rounding out that top 5 with Sean Anderson now getting to the inside of Seth Whitworth. Huggins, 21 laps to go this time by. Dakota Long behind him. And remember, both of these drivers don't know if they can make it on fuel. Cody Johnson waiting in the wings. He pitted 1 lap after they did. Lucas Reed, topside, he makes contact with the wall. Ryan Pasoko in the Werther's original car. He sits in 12th, 6 laps off the pace, getting around Reed. Brian Tagg in 8th. The first car 2 laps down. Nicky Simpson 13 seconds behind him, who recovered after getting spun by the 13 of Sean Anderson. Interesting to see what the stewards will say after that. Anderson 5 seconds behind Cody McFadden. This is the battle for 4th between McFadden and Reed. Long to the lead. He gets around Perrin Huggins. Huggins will scrape the wall out of turn number 4, leave the road open for Long, and Dakota Long will scoot out to the lead. 0.2 of a second, now the gap between them. Look at Johnson now to the inside of Perrin Huggins. This for 2nd, coming to 18 laps to go. Long half a second ahead of Johnson and starting to spread it. Long just could get this job done. Perrin Huggins in 3rd. Cody McFadden in 4th with Pasoko between them. Lucas Reed watching McFadden pull away. And we'll see just what McFadden can do with the 2 of Pasoko kind of being the stopgap between Huggins and McFadden. And the whole time Pisoko is there, Huggins can't get any closer. He tries to throw a block on the lap down car of Pisoko. Cody Johnson within 4/10 to Dakota Long, who must save fuel to make it. Long is not cutting off the engine. Looks like Jeff Rudick is slow. He's decided to throw in the towel and call it quits. Long leads. 15 to go. Cody Johnson less than half a second behind him. Cody McFadden now gets around Pisoko, and he's 2/10 away from the podium. Long, 4/10 of a second ahead of Johnson. 14 to go this time. Nick Simpson still rolling in that 10th position, showing life. One lap off of Jake Baker in that 9th position. All it takes is one. Dakota Long with a dozen laps to go. Still half a second ahead of Cody Johnson, while Cody McFadden has gotten around Perrin Huggins. Huggins said he had the car to win, but right now he doesn't even have the car to finish on the podium. McFadden in that 64, now coming up into third, chasing down Cody Johnson. Perrin Huggins now letting Ryan Pisoko go by. Lucas Reed still in fifth. Six-tenths the gap. Cody Johnson just can't hold on with Dakota Long coming to 10 laps to go. Johnson with a big blink. There he is. 7/10 behind race leader Dakota Long. Paul Weckerly will make way for Long and Cody Johnson. Here comes Cody McFadden. Two Codys and a Dakota in the top three. Sean Anderson now to the inside of Lucas Reed, so Reed can't hang on for fifth. And it's 9 at the line with Dakota Long leading Cody Johnson, who's gained 16 places from where he started. Shout out, whatever happens with Cody Johnson, he has made an unbelievable effort today. It'd be nice to see him get a podium. Andrew Sauer in the chat making up things that just won't happen. He says Nick Simpson's going to lap the field twice and win this race, being 2 laps down in 10th. I'd like to say crazier things have happened, but that's just not the case. 1.3 seconds the gap now between Dakota Long and Cody Johnson. Cody McFadden, 2 seconds off of Johnson in the second position. Perrin Huggins, 1 1/3 seconds off the pace. Is he possibly trying to save enough gas to go that distance? Can Long make it? Johnson pitted 1 lap after he did. Have a listen with Long. Not killing the engine in the corners. Long must be confident that he can make it to the end of this race on this tank of fuel. 5 laps to go. 1.5 seconds the gap between Long and Johnson. McFadden in third. Here are the points coming into this race. Dakota Long in the lead. Cody Johnson looking to gain a great mess of points here. Johnson comes into this race 22nd in the points standings. .6 now the gap from Long to Johnson. McFadden sitting in third. 2 laps to go this time by for Dakota Long. 1.7 seconds the gap as Jake Prince is going to bravely come back onto the racetrack. White flag is in the air for Sparta, Kentucky's Dakota Long. No, I'm sorry, it's not. I'm crazy. It's 2 to go this time by. Living in the future here. Dakota Long is 19 points behind Sean Anderson, who's currently in the 5th position. Long looks like he just might make it on fuel. 2 seconds, the gap between Long and Johnson. White flag now is out for Dakota Long, who's got less than a mile to go to reach his 2nd win of the season. Cody Johnson is in the 2nd position. Cody McFadden in 3rd, and if they all make it on fuel, that will be your finishing order in a thriller today at the Monster Mile. Dakota Long will beat Miles, and he will get his 2nd win of the season. Long, your race winner in round number 9. Cody Johnson in 2nd. Cody McFadden with the bronze medal today. Valiant drive by every last one of these drivers involved, but it will be Sparta's Dakota Long that gets the checkered flag, and some congratulations from McFadden in the 64. And he might even have enough fuel to do some donuts. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to have some drivers from the podium in our post-race interviews. We'll see you folks in a bit. On the podium now with 10th place, Nick Simpson. And, well, not really the podium, is it? But we're going to bring Nick Simpson in. Got a lot of fans in the chat tonight, Nicky. You had a lot of guys rooting for you. And 10th place is what you could muster out there. What happened? Did you at least have yourself a good time?
Yeah, it was a strategy game out there. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a lot of green flag laps, and this track just tears up tires as people start getting loose and stuff like that. So you just got to do the best you can, try to strategize your pits, and we had 4 sets of tires total, so you just got to, take it as it comes and see if you can get out there and, work some strategy.
Next week, we're taking the circus to Kansas. You got another top 10 in you?
I sure hope so. I got a lot of fans watching. I appreciate all those guys, Andy, Dave, Jesse, my arch nemesis. I guess Kramer showed up tonight talking some crap in the chat, but, we showed out top 10, get some good points up there, and keep it rolling,
We'll see you in a week's time from the Heartland, man. Congratulations.
All right, thanks a lot, Rick.
Our bronze medalist tonight, Cody McFadden, in that number 64 machine. Cody, you started in second, you finished in third. Good race overall.
Yeah, it was a good race overall. Just happy to get back up in there after that incident early, so wasn't too happy, but we ended up salvaging something out of it, so that's good.
You find yourself 5th in the points, I believe just 23 points behind Dakota Long, the race winner. Going into Kansas, what's going to be the strategy to finally get that win?
I don't know. I mean, these guys are really fast, so I just feel like you got to be patient, but also just take advantage of everything you can and just try to be there at the end.
We're going to see if you'll be there at the end a week from now. Fans at home, that's going to do it for our race tonight. An awesome race from Dover. Round number 9 in ENEA complete. Next week from the Kansas Speedway. And if you just can't wait until Monday, Thursday Night Thunder will take the ARCA cars to the Talladega Super Speedway right here on Rick James TV, 8:40 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss that. And until the next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we will